Hi there, Corey Sanders here for another edition of Tuesdays with Corey, # Azure TWC. It's actually hashtag Azure TWC. Ask me questions. We didn't get any good ones this last week, so what I'm going to do is spend a little bit of time talking about the template things that we released, talk about what they are, why we released them, why they're interesting to you, and some of the things you can do with them. So just to start off, what we had previously in the Azure platform for compute is we had an API. It was a REST-based API. You could call in, say, create a VM, add a network, add a disk to it, so on and so forth. And they used to be sort of very imperative APIs, right? You kind of say, add VM, right? Add network, right? Okay, are we done? Do you need some water? No one likes working with me. What was I saying? Add NIC, add network, add VM, add disk, etc. And so these end up being APIs that you call one after the other, so on and so forth. And so it ends up being a little bit cumbersome to be able to call all those things. And so what we've done here is we've actually created a template language, so it's fully declarative, and it actually splits up all the resources into sort of their own distinct sections. So you basically now have a VM resource, you end up having a network resource, you can do things like NIC on this, as well as you can do storage account as well. And so all of these end up being created as part of a template language that will go in and sort of define each one of these. This will say like location, and this will say what the subnets are, and so on. And so the nice thing about this is a few things. One, it's fully declarative, right? So you can go check this into your code, and you can know that every time you do this, the exact same thing's going to come out, right? So you can deploy it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Same thing comes out, same structure, same network, same NIC, all the things connect together and things just work. A few other things that are great about this, these are completely distinct. So these resources are distinct. You can update each of them individually if you want to. You can also start sort of mixing and matching, right? And so one of the things that we have is the ability to do sort of a looping on the templates. So now you can start going in and saying, look, these guys I'm actually going to do 100 times. Right? And so you can come in and say, network still once, I'll do the network, I'll set up the subnet, and then I'm going to do 100 VMs with 100 NICs attached to those VMs and put them all into that network. And it enables really fast, really easy sort of scale-out based deployments with, again, a very simple template file. A couple additional things that are really great. As part of the VMs, you can actually spin up things called extensions. And so these can also be fully templatized. And some of the great examples of this that you can actually see on our GitHub repository, which we'll put down here, that you can go play around with. Things like actually the DataStax deployment that you can go launch actually runs a bunch of scripts. And so this, on the Linux side, it'll be a bunch of bash scripts that, again, you can effectively check into your code and run as part of the VM overall template. And so now you have a template that creates all the resources that you want, will run scripts as part of it, and all be, again, fully templatized and so on. Now, the other things we announced was, of course, this same template language will also work in Azure Stack, not just public Azure. And so we now have a fully deployable hybrid and public-private. Every cloud you could possibly want can now deploy this exact same solution, which is, of course, really great. You take that sort of DataStax example, deploy it on-prem, deploy it in the cloud, et cetera. It's going to be fantastic. And so, overall, it makes it really, really easy, makes it fun. You should go play around with some of these things. We'll put some links below. The Azure.com site that you can go click to and search through some of the templates, the GitHub repository, make some changes, check them in. We'll accept them and pull them all up into the repository, and you can go sort of have a ball with it. Now, the one thing I will add as sort of a final point, if you like these and you want to continue to use them, whether it be sort of the Azure CLI, which is a node-based command line interface, or whether you want to use PowerShell, or whether you want to just call the APIs directly using sort of a REST interface, all of that's still possible as well. So it's not mutually exclusive. You don't have to all write in the template file. You can actually do everything through the CLI like you used to. And so we're starting to see a lot of combination of people building their initial solution this way, then maybe going and updating it, modifying it. You can change things and so on using the using the Azure CLI and PowerShell and be able to make those updates in that way. And so the great power of this, the other aspects, of course, the role-based access control sits on top of this. You can lock down who gets access to what, and of course you can do tagging as well. And so all these pieces come together. Oh gosh, there's one more thing. You can also piece together with this PaaS-based solutions. So if you want to, you can also add in a SQL DB in here. If you want to, you can add a web app in here if you want to. And of course, you can all have them do dependencies, pass parameters. Again, all templatized, checked in, ready to roll. That's it. I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. I mean, obviously, I have a lot more that I could say, but I'm going to spare you. But that's kind of the gist of it. I'd love to hear your questions, your thoughts, your comments, things you're seeing, things you're using it for. I'd love to hear, if you've got a great example of this is a great template that I love building, or this is a new solution that I can do on Azure. Let us know on Azure TWC, # Azure TWC, and come on in and hit us up on Twitter with that. And otherwise, have a good day, have a good week, and hopefully you're enjoying these templates. A big announcement, this will be the last one in this office. This is the last Tuesdays with Corey in this office. We're actually moving offices, so I will be doing these from a different location moving forward. So hope you enjoyed the spat, and as a farewell, good eve to you.
Just works is what it does.
I got some really good dance moves.
You set?
Are we ready?
Yeah. Oh, we can start whenever you want, man.
Hold on, I'm just doing a little bit of this. Wait, I don't even remember what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, now I do. Okay, fine. Are you ready? Am I doing this?
Yes, thank you.
Bam.
Boom.
Boom. All right.